Greetings, friends. Today, you'll learn about the plot of the latest movie release, Cleaner 2025. Enjoy watching. The story begins with a little girl demonstrating her amazing agility right in the kitchen of her apartment while her parents endlessly argue over her brother. To escape the tension, the girl puts on headphones and gazes out the window at the beautiful view. Suddenly, the scene shifts 20 years into the future. Now a grown woman, Joey ignores her alarms, enjoying her sleep, but once she realizes she has to go to work today, her plans change instantly, and a frantic race against time begins as she scrambles to get everything done. But everything falls apart with one phone call. She must rush to her brother Michael's aid. He is accused of stealing confidential information from the boarding school where he lives, and though the only immediate threat is eviction, the situation is dire. Michael was diagnosed with autism as a child, and someone has been stealing his benefits. He promises to find out who hacked the boarding school's database, but the truth is he doesn't need to investigate. He did it himself. Fascinated by computers since childhood, Michael became a first-class hacker. Meanwhile, Joey's boss makes things worse by declaring this was her last time being late, but gives her a final chance to arrive by 2 p.m. or she's fired. Unfortunately, her motorcycle won't start, and she's forced to navigate the city by any means possible. She leaves her brother in the care of Ron, a kind and compassionate man, and heads to the elevator. Soon, the owners of Agni Energy step inside, engrossed in discussing tonight's celebratory event. They mock a pregnant cleaning lady, but Joey quickly shuts them down with a fiery retort. She arrives at her boss's office with 17 seconds to spare, but he sends her to the 51st floor to clean up dry bird droppings as punishment for being late. At the same time, Gerald, one of the company's bosses, asks his secretary to fire the talkative cleaning lady who dared to talk back to him in the elevator. However, the secretary doesn't consider it a valid reason for dismissal. Gerald heads off to review his company's promotional video while Joey and her partner Noah clean the exterior windows, discussing her current struggles. On the first floor, Michael decides to ditch his new caretaker. Joey's boss angrily calls her about the elevator incident, but Joey bluntly calls him a jerk. As the company's important event draws nearer, each owner prepares in their own way. Meanwhile, Joey accidentally bumps into her brother on one of the floors, and a heated argument causes Michael to storm off, while Joey unintentionally drops a cleaning sponge that lands on a passerby's shoulder. Just then, a car pulls up to the building, and masked actors effortlessly infiltrate the premises, making their way to the hall where the guests are gathered. They behave quite strangely, prompting one of the company's owners to call them idiots. Gerald finds the performance too dull and decides to slip away to a private room with his lover, an encounter Joey is unfortunate enough to witness. She begs her boss, Derek, to get her out of there quickly, but before he can act, the same masked actors burst into the room. They swiftly eliminate the staff and begin hacking the building system, leaving Joey trapped on one of the floors. Inside, the intruders release an unknown gas that puts the guests to sleep for the next 4 hours. However, a select few are given special masks and taken hostage. Meanwhile, Michael is forced to hide in a storage room, and Joey watches the chaos unfold from her vantage point. The leader of the terrorist group, a man named Marcus, reveals that his true objective is not money but the pursuit of justice in modern society. He denounces Agni Energy's deceptive promotional video, revealing that they preemptively created a real video exposing the company's environmental pollution and a sabotage incident on their pipeline a year ago. A young woman who was arrested for the incident tried to reveal the truth about the company during the high-profile court case. However, while awaiting trial in prison, she was murdered by inmates who had been bribed by Agni Energy. Marcus declares that there is now only one outcome. The owners must hand over their system passwords to Marcus's hacker so he can extract incriminating information about the company, expose it live, and destroy Agni Energy's stock value in an instant. When Jeffrey, one of the hostages, threatens the intruders, the hot-headed Noah snaps and drives a champagne bottle straight into his throat. Furious, Marcus tries to bring his subordinate under control, but Joey thwarts their plans by using makeshift tools to ignite a huge SOS message on the building's facade. The police start receiving calls almost immediately. Hacker Z alerts Marcus, who sends Noah to handle Joey, but he fails to notice Gerald slipping away. Marcus orders Noah to abandon Joey and go after the escapee. Predictably, just as Gerald tries to call the police, Marcus arrives and beats him for resisting, leaving a hole in the glass in the process. When Noah enters the room, tensions quickly escalate, revealing that the operation is no longer in the hands of the calculated Marcus, but rather the impulsive and unpredictable Noah, who seeks to change the course of events through shock and awe. He quickly eliminates one of Marcus's subordinates and gives Z no choice but to comply. Without hesitation, Z shoots one of the company's owners in the leg to prevent future escape attempts. Marcus is thrown out of the window and lands on Joey's platform, where she takes his gun and meets Michael. However, their conversation is cut short by the arrival of the elevator. Michael hides, and Noah appears. Joey had helped him get the job, never suspecting he'd turn out to be such a rotten person. He forces her to shoot at passers-by, threatening to kill her pregnant friend, making Joey a target for reporters' cameras and police optics. When the police arrive, Noah demands that a small amount of money be transferred to Joey's account to buy more time. The operation is led by Special Agent Hugh, who's already gathered some intel on the window cleaner, previously served in Special Intelligence, selected for the Marines, attacked a fellow soldier, and was discharged. She has a troubled past, brushes with the law, and a clear case of PTSD. Hugh orders a deep dive into her social media and bank accounts while trying to calm down the Special Forces commander, eager to shoot Joey on sight. Hugh's assistant, Khan, discovers that a sudden deposit of $33 million has just been made to Joey's account. Meanwhile, Joey daringly tries to climb down on Marcus's body to retrieve his phone, but the platform tilts, sending Marcus plummeting to the ground while Joey is left hanging in midair. She quickly calls emergency services and demands to be connected to Hugh. She urgently explains that she's not one of the intruders and that they need to get inside quickly to save her brother. Meanwhile, the intruders' plan progresses. They expose Agnian Energy's corrupt leaders one by one. The police finally identify the mastermind's true identity, Lucas Vander, a member of the Seventh Harvest, an anti-humanist who believes humanity as a virus to be eradicated. However, he joined Marcus Blake, a man truly influential in such operations. Hugh gets closer to uncovering the truth and demands a direct line to their leader. Noah answers the call, warning that his hand is cuffed to a detonator that will trigger if his pulse stops. Hundreds of hostages will die when the building explodes. He also demands the 5 Special Forces agents be withdrawn, threatening to blow them up too. Then he turns his attention to Joey, bidding her farewell and sending a bomb her way. But he didn't know Joey would put her childhood agility to use. She climbs along the building's facade and ducks around the corner just before the bomb explodes. A sniper creates a hole in the glass, allowing her to climb back inside. While trying to break the glass, Joey talks to Hugh about her past. In the military, a guy couldn't handle being outdone by a girl and attacked her first, but Hugh urges her to hurry. Noah's men are closing in. At the last moment, Michael helps his sister back inside. Hugh urges them to run, as Noah's men are already nearby. On the stairwell, Michael starts to panic, but Joey calms him by saying they're playing the Avengers, stealing the Infinity Stones from Thanos. Only this time the stones are incriminating files. They reach the technical floor where Joey takes down 2 mercenaries and Michael helps her defeat Noah's personal assistant with a grenade. Meanwhile, Hacker Z realizes Noah is a madman intent on blowing up the building with people inside. She tries to escape, but Joey fails to save her by mere seconds. Michael stops the upload of all incriminating data and takes the hacker's flash drive. Joey tells Noah their plan has failed, and now people will see him as a terrorist, not a truth teller. When she connects with Hugh, Joey tells her to secure Michael on the first floor and evacuate the hostages while she personally handles the detonator. Hugh fully supports her plan. When Noah steps away from the hostages to deal with Joey, the Special Forces storm the room, only to realize the detonator is far more complex than expected. Joey tracks Noah to a secluded room where he feigns surrender. It's a trap. A brutal fight ensues, and Joey not only beats him but also manages to swap the detonator bracelet onto herself. Noah realizes too late he is doomed to die, his plans unraveled. When Joey is escorted outside, Hugh thanks her for the help and demands the data so it can never resurface. Joey admits she only bluffed to lure Noah out. And by the way, the $33 million will need to be returned. Later, she reunites with Michael, who secretly hid the data disk. Soon, they release the truth online, exposing Agnian Energy's corruption to the world. Finally, the siblings find peace on a serene beach.